Heatran is one of the most consistent competitive Pokemon of all time. This iconic Fire-Steel type has had a solid place in OU in every single generation of competitive singles. Heatran is a rare Fire type that can withstand Stealth Rock thanks to its complementary Steel typing, with Flash Fire granting it a complete immunity to Fire-type moves, and its many useful resistances. This Pokemon has great defensive utility. It has good stats, and a massive special attack in particular, along with the signature move Magma Storm, which can trap enemies while dealing massive damage. Its offensive and utility move pools are vast, and it can be used in a variety of ways, both offensive and defensive. I think Heatran is a very well designed Pokemon that always provides stability to the game, with its great mix of defensive utility and offensive firepower. Heatran ticks important boxes for teams, and does a lot in one Pokemon slot. It serves to punish passive and greedy teams too with its stall breaking capabilities. Heatran is also well balanced thanks to its low speed and exploitable weaknesses to common attacking types like ground, water, and fighting. However, Gen 9 has been a brutal environment where many former competitive titans are starting to fall from OU for the first time in their long careers. Fellow Gen 4 legends Garchomp, Breloom, and Rotom Wash have all fallen to UU in Gen 9, and unfortunately, Heatran has now suffered the same fate. Heatran has been ranked OU in every single generation up to this point. So how did this happen? I think a big reason for this fall was due to the presence of both Baxcalibur and Ogerpon Hearthflame at the time that the usage was calculated. Ogerpon Hearthflame was a dominant force that could bypass Heatran's Flash Fire ability thanks to Mold Breaker. Baxcalibur was another terrible matchup for Heatran. Baxcalibur is completely immune to Burn, which is Heatran's main form of counterplay to physical threats. Baxcalibur also receives an attack boost if it's hit by Fire-type moves, and it has access to Earthquake to directly threaten Heatran. Now that both of these threats have been banned from OU, I think Heatran could rise back up to its rightful place in the future, although the presence of Pokemon like Great Tusk, Gliscor, Manaphy, and Ogerpon Wellspring are problematic for Heatran. This Pokemon has always managed to overcome the presence of similar ground and water type threats in previous metagames, and remain strong. At the moment though, Heatran is a legal Pokemon in the UU metagame, which is pretty insane. Unsurprisingly, Heatran is excellent in this metagame for all the same reasons that it always has been. It provides valuable defensive utility, hazards, and status moves, along with Magma Storm and Taunt to punish and break through passive teams. Although Flash Fire has been the preferred ability on Heatran throughout the years, Flame Body is actually quite good in the Gen 9 UU metagame. Flame Body can punish the many U-turn users in the format, including Scizor, Noivern, Low Kicks, and Slither Wing. Flame Body really destroys Mousehold as well. If they use Population Bomb against you, they have a very high chance of getting burned when hitting you with 10 individual contact attacks. This team by HydreigonTheChild looks like a great example of a Heatran team. This Heatran set is using Flame Body and a Fairy Terra type with Terra Blast. Fairy is not only a great defensive typing, a Fairy type Terra Blast hits a lot of important targets in the metagame, including Salamence, Quaquaval, Mandibuzz, and Hydreigon. This is quite an aggressive team with Choice Band Slitherwing as a breaker. Let's give Heatran a go in UU and see how powerful it really is. Like this video and subscribe to ensure that it is not, in fact, Heatrover. Thank you. Can you believe that this team right here is a UU team, folks? It's ridiculous. We've got Thunderous Theory and Heatran. What is this, Gen 5 OU? Nevertheless, folks, we've got Hooper Unbound on the enemy team, Skeledirge. Are you telling me this is a UU team? What is happening in the world? What is happening on the planet? What's the lead? Probably Meow, if I had to guess, Meow. What if we do a Heatran lead? Magma Storm can break a Sash. Vikavolt. You know what? I'm faster. You scarfed Vikavolt. I'm going to say no. I'm just going to say probably not. You've been brought to Sash. You got Sticky Web. This gets Sticky Web. No, Volt. That's as intriguing as it gets. And here's Basculegion. The problem is that Slowking seems like my most powerful special wall, but you could of course hit me with an adaptability Shadow Ball and I would be in a bit of trouble. I'm going to Slowking anyway. We're going to open ourselves up to a situation. Basculegion has gone for a frightening agility, and all of a sudden I am in a great deal of trouble and despair. I'm curious if I in fact outspeed Basculegion female post agility with my booster energy iron treads. That's one of the greatest questions ever asked. I'll go for a future sight. I feel as if we need to actually hit this fella, and Slowking might need to be sacrificed for the greater good, as unfortunate as that is. pretty bad into this team, to be honest. Weak against like everything, so I think we're going to have to sack you. And then I might go for a first impression here, just to do large damage to Basculegion and hopefully quell this threat with the forthcoming future sight. But we've been owned with a timely U-turn to Grass Dark. This is what we call in the business Meowscarada ownage. Now we're going to go Heatran and hopefully proc Flame Body. No, we would not be so lucky as to proc Flame Body there, but that's okay. Basculegion female could come right back in here, and to be honest, I'm going to spend my terror on it if it does. Hoopa Unbound is in fact in. And this is an aggressive team that is putting me on the ropes in many ways. A Terra Blast Fairy could be an idea here to withstand an incoming Dark type maneuver. I'm going to go for it. I think it's smart. We've been scouted. Sub on that I didn't expect. It's okay. Heatran has become a Fairy type in one of the greatest developments in competitive Pokemon history. Hoopa Unbound with a Zen Headbutt. I was frightened of a flinch there. Luckily we dodged that. That would have been disastrous. Here's Meow though. And I'm really hoping that on the way out, Heatran gets a Flame Body proc for the viewers at home. Tell me we proc Flame Body. Give me some good news, and we didn't get any good news. I'm gonna go Slither Wing and U-turn. Heatran, you've done me well. You hit a big Magma Storm. You defeated the Hoopa Unbound threat, and here we are in the follow-up period where Iron Treads looks primed for a great moment. What can be done to Iron Treads? Little? I think little can be done, but what if I go Sandy Shocks actually? No, I'll go Iron Treads and spend my booster energy here. It matches up well to all. We can Ice Spinner the Meow. Meow also can't hit us that well, and we threaten Earthquake against everything else. Knockoff also hits Basculegion harder. Worth noting that the opponent still has Terra available. We could fall victim to a defensive Terrastalize. I'm going to Earthquake regardless on what could be a defensive Terrastalize, and looks like we just earned a KO. This is now an Iron Treads video. This is switching from a Heatran video to an Iron Treads video, and I'd like you all to know that. Meowscarada appears to be positioned for a victory. Or is it? Because in fact I'm going to Rapid Spin to gain speed. Might be superfluous. I'm already faster than light. I'm already the fastest person of all time. And I'm going to knock this off rather than using Earthquake because I want to get rid of its boots. That might have been an idiotic play. I should have done more damage with... Did I have... No, I don't have Iron Head on this particular fellow. I think this is totally okay. Because U-turn is going to do large damage. Plus cover outlier situations such as a Basculegion. No, it's not. Fairy resists Bug? Why did they give that type so many resistances? I forgot that one. I can scarcely believe it. Bug type's getting a bad deal. Getting a raw deal, folks. I don't know if I support that. Can we rescind that one? Can we take that back? Can Fairy not resist Bug? Can we remove that one? I mean, come on. This is okay, though. We're doing good damage here. I think that the combination of Thunderous Therian and Sandy Shocks will get there. How can you live such a move? Oh. You know what? I think we're fine. Because I believe that you are slower, you have agility on, and Volt Switch is going to get you. We did it, folks. And you know who was a very important member of the team and a deciding factor in our victory here was Heatran, who used Terra Blast Fairy to withstand Hoopa Unbound. If that didn't happen, Hoopa Unbound would have been a monstrous threat. This is the future of competitive Pokemon. And it's incredible. Thank you to the patrons for your continued support, and thank you to everyone who has donated to my Gen 3 OU tournament ADV Revival.
Whoa! KO by one hit! It scattered light!
The money got different, cause of what I'm spending.